Hi, it's Megan.
And it's Bree.
And we just want to talk about TV.
Welcome to our podcast,
Unseriesous. Each episode, we're going to cover a TV show, new or old, and have a silly little conversation about it.
So grab a snack, get comfortable, and let's get unserious. Yes, Chef.
Hi, Chef.
Hey, Chef. Hey,
What's up,
cousin.
Chef? Hi, cousin.
How are you?
I'm okay, cousin. How are you?
I'm all right, Chef.
Chef, the weather is crazy out there. On the Bear, they said, that's fire, Chef. And that's Chicago decided to have really bad air quality from the fires.
It's getting crispy out there.
In Canada.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Mm-hmm. That we can smell
fires in a different country.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't like that. It makes me a little uncomfortable.
And it feels like it was so sudden because last night, we were out yesterday, and then this morning I went out and said, what the fuck?
What the fuck, dog?
The air quality was probably not great yesterday, but it wasn't as bad as it is today.
Yeah.
It's noticeable.
Weird.
Anyway, let's not talk about the weather.
I like talking about the weather. I'm a weatherman.
That's true. You did want to be a meteorologist. I did. Fun fact about Bree.
Let me bring out the map.
When was it when you were like, okay, for my birthday, I want a detailed or an accurate, what was it? A realistic
weather map. Sometime in college I said that.
I forgot about that.
And that's still true.
So anyone wanted to get Bree a birthday gift in March 2024.
Send it my way.
She wants a realistic weather map still. Or maybe for Christmas.
My dream will finally begin.
Her half birthday is coming up.
Yeah. Yeah, let's overshadow Julia's birthday. Anywho.
Anyway.
Hey, Megan.
Hey, Bree. Hey, cousin.
Have you been listening, reading, doing drugs?
In the back alley of the Bear.
Smoking crack in the alley.
With Alex Moffat.
What the fuck are you on?
You know what I'm on?
Oh, no. What are you about to say?
I'm on that Spider-Verse shit.
Oh, yeah! Fuck you! Okay, yeah.
We can both talk about the Spider-Verse movie. No spoilers, I guess, but that was the best movie I've ever seen.
No spoilers, but it's the best movie ever.
It was good. We saw it with everyone we know last week.
Everyone we know.
Which will have been a few weeks once this episode is up, but really we saw Spider-Verse, and it was incredible. People said it was better than the first. I said, no way.
No way.
And they were right. It was incredible. And it's so fun, and once again has such a fun voice cast, including, what's his name? Shameik, who plays Miles, but also Haley Steinfeld and Jake Johnson. Slay. And some other really cool people like Oscar Isaac and Issa Rae.
The whole squad was up
Everyone
in
is in it. And,
the soundtrack was fire.
And Io's in it.
I know!
We didn't realize until after.
Io's in everything. It's an Io summer.
Yeah, it is. Trying to think of anything I can say that doesn't give anything away, but it was so fun if you're a Spider-Man fan, in general. So much in there for everyone. There's a million Spider-Man in this. It's all the universes collide, as you'd expect across the Spider-Verse. And it's so funny, and it's so well done, and the animation is always so amazing.
You probably have to watch it 5 times.
I want to watch it again, and apparently they release different versions in theaters, so I'm I have to go see it sometimes. I have to go to the theater. And there's going to be another one, and people are thinking it's going to get delayed.
Ugh.
But I'll be there.
Ugh.
So if you haven't seen any of the Into the Spider-Verse movies, you should watch them.
Maybe get to it.
They're probably the best Spider-Man. I'm a big Spider-Man fan. I actually love all of them. I love Tobey, Andrew, and Tom. And people love to pit them. People love to pit bad bitches against each other, but I love them all. And the Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse, that's the best.
That's a bad bit.
Mm-hmm. That's the best movies. So look out.
Yeah, go see it 5 times.
Yeah. Is there anything you've been watching, or is that it? You do anything at all ever?
No. I started a book, One Last Stop.
Oh, that's right.
It's the same author as who wrote Red, White, and Royal Blue. That
Casey.
fucker. Haven't read that yet, but I'm reading One Last Stop, and I'm only 70 pages in, so I can't really speak too much on it.
But you'll
But
update
I'm
us.
enjoying it more than the last like 3 books I read like already. Like I'm already like, this is good.
That's good.
So that's a good sign.
Need a book that grips you.
Yeah.
In some way.
In some way, it's got to do something.
It's got to give.
This one's given a little, so I'll keep you updated on my reading journey. I'm not illiterate.
So when you finish that book, you'll have to let us know.
I'll keep you updated
If it really stands out. I got to update on my Emily Henry journey, but I haven't read any of the other books since the last time I brought it up.
Yeah, so... Yeah. Are we ready to get into it?
You know it, Chef.
Oh, yes, Chef.
Yes, Chef.
All right, Chef, that's fire, Chef.
Heard, Chef. I think that people at home, if they want to like get schmacked, should take a shot every time we say Chef.
Get fucking schmacked.
You have to
truly.
You have to make that. You have to make that choice on your own.
Yeah, that's on God, not me.
Mm-hmm. Drink responsibly.
Mm-hmm. All right, ready? Don't look at me.
Bree, tell us about what the show we're talking about. The Bear. Deep sigh.
Chuckles. Okay. The Bear is a Hulu comedy drama series about Carmen Berzatto, a young chef who works in the world of fine dining. That is, until he comes home to Chicago to run his family's sandwich shop after the death of his brother, Michael. As Carmy fights to transform both the shop and himself, he works alongside a resisting kitchen staff that ultimately reveals itself as his chosen family. In season 2, we see the sandwich shop's transformation to a fine dining establishment called The Bear, along with a deeper look into the lives of the group we met in season 1.
My family.
Found fucking family.
This is like capital F found family. And that's my shit, man. Like first things first, Brie watched the show last summer when the first season came out.
Yeah.
It's been on my list since then, but you know, there's much TV to watch. And I knew there'd be a season 2, so I had time. And then I literally watched season 1 days before season 2 came out. But it was cool.
It's fresh for you.
Yeah, and I watched it back to back. And I didn't know anything. I knew it was about a chef. I knew, yes, chef.
What are you doing? Stop doing parkour during my podcast.
Maisel said, yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
Heard, chef. Maisel's in there cooking it up.
Maisel's on my nerves.
But I knew so little about the show. I knew it was amazing. I knew that it was about a chef. I knew that, what's his name? I knew that his brother was dead because I knew John Bernthal was in it. Slay. And yeah, I knew so little. I didn't know it was going to be a found family masterpiece. Especially, I mean, obviously no one knew it was going to even be stronger in season 2. Like characters like my girl Tina.
My girl.
Like, had such great development and was like really like bonding with Sydney and Carmy. And God, like that's one of my first... If we're on guilty pleasures, one of my first pleasures about this.
My first pleasures.
Is hardcore found family.
Yeah. When I started the show, I was like, I didn't know anything either. And I was like, how am I possibly going to care about a show about like a beef shop?
Yeah.
I was like, okay. And I heard everyone talking about it. And then I know Jeremy Allen White from Shameless, which I was obsessed with. So I said, why the hell not? And I was hooked by like literally the end of the first episode, like the family.
Yeah. Because it's like, you know, even in like the first episode when everyone's yelling at each other. I mean, they're always yelling at each other, even when they're besties. Yeah. But when you know that like everyone's kind of resistant to it at first, especially characters like Tina or Richie, you know that shit's gonna have to turn around. You know that they gotta turn that shit around. Caring. And like you have a newcomer, Sydney, who didn't work there before. I think mostly everyone worked there when the brother owned it. But she comes in.
Sydney comes in with her tiny notebook. Never trust a bitch with a tiny notebook.
That's so funny. and Tina calling Carmy Jeff. He's like, everyone should call each other chef, and she calls, and my favorite part is that she starts calling him like fully Jeffrey. And he just responds. He's like, what's up?
What's up?
What's up, Tina? You cut vegetables like a bitch.
Oh wow, I love Tina.
I love Tina. Like, honestly, I wasn't expecting to love Tina as much as I did, because like it happens all the time. Like, of course you have like a character that's resistant, and then they like grow and develop, and you're like, oh, fucking love them.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt with her, like, literally 2 episodes later. I was
and
like,
her God, what is happening in here? Okay.
Chicago.
Okay. And my cat.
So much is going on. I wonder if you could hear that on the mic. I'm sure you can. What was I saying?
Tina's smile is so worn.
It is. And I really loved... It was the 2 moments with her and Sydney. Like, in season 1, I think it's when she makes, like, the meal. Like, Sydney's pressuring her. And she's like, oh, my God, that was great. And Tina's like...
Yeah.
Oh my God, really? And then when she asked her to be her, was it the sous chef?
Mm-hmm.
God.
And then another moment I like of them is in the finale where, like, I know that's the sign language of sorry,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of like Sydney and Carmy's thing, but like that time, like got me. So like I wanted to cry
because
they were heated, and I was like, no, my besties, and then they were like, and I was like, ah!
And it's so good that they established that for most of like the fights, because it does get. I don't think anyone should be like a dictator in any job, like I don't know, just like don't be a dick. But like in stressful situations, you're gonna get mad, you're gonna get stressed, you're gonna lose all sense of like decency. Like, not as long as you're not being mean, but like things are gonna get loud, things are gonna be like frustrating. And I love that I'm wondering if that's probably a real thing that maybe chefs do, is in the heat of the moment being like, okay, pause, I might not be able to verbalize it. If that's not real, I'm gonna start doing that.
But it's amazing.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, Sydney and Tina is, and then what else? Who else should we talk about?
I think we should talk about there's so many things to talk about. I should have written things down. I didn't. But I think
okay. Yeah. Okay.
No, you go. I don't really have anything.
I was just going to talk about Richie.
Okay.
As like a character in whole. Like, because at first he's like kind of the person people are like, this asshole, like,
yeah, resistant to change,
and like kind of mean. But also I love him.
Yeah. Well, like resistant to change with the restaurant, but also like resistant to like growth. Like he was kind of just like, he'd say like stupid shit, and he wasn't like very nice. I mean, he was always like, he kind of always had that moment where he's like, Carmy, you're all I've got. Especially because after they both lost Michael. They both lost, I mean, Carmy lost his brother, Richie lost his best friend, and that like is what tied them together. And he probably was like, I don't want Carmy coming into here and messing up Mikey's shit.
Yeah. And you could really tell that connection that Richie had to Michael, like, and that he doesn't want anything to change, and how much it like changed him as a person, because like in the episode 6, in the flashback with his ex-wife, you see that he was like kind of very lovely.
That was one of my favorite parts, because I love Gillian Jacobs, who played his ex Tiffany, his baby mama. And I was so excited to see her. Shout out also to Joel McHale, who plays an awful character.
That bitch ass.
Like a really terrible chef from Carmy's past, but still my man Joel. So next season, I hope someone else from Community's in it. Just gonna say, I think Donald Glover, Danny Pudi, Alison Brie, Yvette Nicole Brown. I'm sure they'd come.
Yeah.
But no, I loved that. They were
that.
so sweet. And like, we can talk about episode 6 more in depth, but that episode was a train wreck the whole time. But that scene when Richie and Tiffany are talking like away from like the chaos of Christmas, like was just so nice to like relax for a second. But also,
and you can see how loving Richie is.
Yeah, and he's like a good guy, but he like, in the episode he was struggling, he needed a job. It's like fucking hard. And what's his name? Unc.
Yeah, but we don't really know exactly why they broke up, right? Like, we don't know the moment.
Yeah, we don't like have like a cause, but you can imagine that it's because of like his personality.
Oh, his personality.
Well, his personality of like just being so like, I think, chaotic, not really like giving a shit, and probably not being a very good like stable, I guess, person.
I hope they show us more in the next season.
I agree, especially
when we do get a next season,
because
we're
100%
definitely fresh.
And they already have more viewers than they did last year. So if they renewed it last year, if I do the math correctly, I hope we see a lot more with like Richie's daughter and his ex. Even though she's engaged, I want them all to go to Taylor Swift together, and I want them to, I don't know,
because I mean, like, a lot happened since the flashback. I mean, like, the daughter wasn't born yet.
It was 250 weeks, so it was 5 years.
Yeah, and then Michael died. Like, we don't know, because we know Richie went, like, kind of off the deep end when Michael died, or like he was like so sad.
I really hope
he didn't want to lose the way things were, and he didn't want to lose the restaurant. And you even see that at the beginning of season 2, Richie like was really sad about like everything changing to like, because it is a big change. It went from a sandwich beef shop to like a
fine dining
like this is serious.
Like they're trying to get a Michelin star restaurant. And he was just like, I don't know why I'm like still here, like blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then honestly, one of the best episodes of the season was his episode, episode 5, I think, or 7. 7.
Yeah.
I knew it was
right after episode 6, because I was like, thank God for this Richie episode. It saved me after the stressful
the Christmas episode, 7 fishes. So season 2, episode 7, forks.
Forks.
Was so amazing because it was basically just him the whole time, and he was resistant. He's like, I'm just doing this to like please my cousin.
Yes, cousin.
And he's like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be doing these forks. But as soon as they gave him like a little more like of a role with the restaurant, like shadowing was he a waiter? And then my girl Sarah Ramos, like leading the state. What's the word? Is it staging?
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
When you have to list all the things and stand at the front.
That's insane. I didn't know how that worked.
No, but that's insane. I would cry. I could never.
But the fact that that's what Richie liked.
Yeah. He went from like not being able to do shit to being able to like stand up in a pressure-filled situation at the end of the season and like do that in like a time, like not even just like do it in general, but like under a time constraint. They were like, we have 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Inspiring.
I hate that.
But that's... But like it makes me want to cry that Richie did that, and he loved it. Like he even almost left to go join that other restaurant, and part of me was like yes, but I was like no, not my found family breaking up. But I loved that episode, and I loved the Taylor Swift
Romeo.
That really like made me love that song like even more. Like that's a great Taylor Swift song, not my favorite, but now I feel like it holds
like an even deeper meaning now, or like has been brought back to my. Because, like, when it first came out, of course, listened to it a lot. But now it's, like, back. And I think of Richie. And I love Richie.
Yes. His growth is such, like, a beautiful thing. Like, not to be cheesy, but, like, it's so special seeing characters like that go from, like, stubborn and just, like, I don't know, like, crazy.
Yeah.
He got stabbed in the butt last season. He had a gun.
Icon.
Hiding in the kitchen. Yeah, and he shot it to get everyone's attention in like episode 2 of season 1. Like another thing I loved, another moment I loved of Richie and another character was Richie apologizing to Natalie. I thought was so sweet because of his character development, but I also No. I said to you that I think Richie and Nat would be a crazy ship, knowing full well that she's married and then is now pregnant. But I was like,
forgetting she was married.
Yeah, and he wasn't. My man Pete was not around, and I'll talk about Pete in a second. But I was like, I see the vision. But then I saw Gillian Jacobs. I said, no, he has to go back with her.
You saw the other blonde bitch.
I saw like one of my fave blonde bitches. Have 5 more of those blonde bitches. 5 more. With affection.
With affection.
But I think there's just something fun about like 2 characters that clearly like obviously have a bond. That was her brother's best friend, but are butting heads all the damn time. And I'm like, they should just kiss, but they don't need to kiss. I'm not making this about that. I think when he apologized to her and said he wants to help her and like run things with her, I thought that was so cute. And then they had that little moment like an episode later where like she kind of like comes up behind and like hugs him, and they're like looking at the numbers. I don't know. I thought that was so cute.
Yeah.
And I hope we get more of them, like platonically. I don't need to ship it. I was just being a little silly goofy. We got to bring crack ships back every once in a while.
Crack ships.
And I guess I can respect her husband and future father of her child.
Pete.
I had to respect Pete when he brought an extra fish to the Christmas dinner and they all lit him up, which was also so funny at the same time. They're like, what is that? Don't tell me that's another fish. So good. But yeah, Richie.
Wait, did you know that Richie still wears his wedding ring? I
No.
know. And that makes me really sad. Like, I kind of wish he would, like,
Move on. Yeah. Well, it was when he went on the date in season 1.
Yeah.
That like hurt me.
Yeah.
Because that was like,
he was
kind
like,
of when I wasn't like a big fan of him yet.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh no.
And that's when he was freaking hurting.
Yeah. I think, yeah, I want him to move
Richie.
on, but also like if they tried to do some storyline where he could reconcile with her, I would 100% be down.
You'd have to get rid of Frank Gallagher.
Frank proposed and you said Frank Gallagher.
And I pictured Frank Gallagher.
Yeah, I just wanted them to go see Taylor Swift because they could be like best friends still. Like they on the phone call that they had when she told him that, and he was like, "I love you," and they said, "I love you."
Yeah.
Oh my god! I hope that they can be in a better place where they
Yeah.
can go to a Taylor Swift concert with their daughter
Yeah.
together.
Co-parent together.
Yeah, co-parenting rules.
Instead of saying, wait, what was his name in the contact?
Richie Bad News or
Bad
something.
news.
Yeah, because every time he calls you, it's with bad news.
Bad news.
But now
But now he
owns a restaurant,
He owns
baby,
a
or
restaurant.
works at a fine and
serious.
almost Michelin star restaurant one day.
Richie. Okay. I
So-
guess we can't talk about Richie anymore.
We shouldn't talk about Richie the whole time. I think that we should talk about our girl, Sydney.
Sydney, another babe.
Yeah. This show, like, Sydney. All amazing people, but Sydney.
I love Sydney. That's a bad bitch.
Mm-hmm.
She came in there. She's so like determined, and she turned that shit around. And
Yeah,
she
did.
also cares so much about everything. Like, she cares about her work, and she cares about people. And I just love her so much.
I think
could
she's
cry.
got what it takes. I'm like changing
She's got that.
She's got what it takes to have the balance, I think, that
Yeah.
Carmy doesn't have, which again,
Doesn't
we'll put a pin on that for a second. But because she clearly sees like how you need to put work, like you need to dedicate fucking time, like which he wasn't doing, to making their business successful. But she also recognized that you got to respect the people you work with. You got to take time for yourself, even though I don't think she has it like 100% down pat. Like she was physically ill. Their restaurant like dress rehearsal night, but I think
she made sugar and omelet.
Yeah, she did.
Or Natalie.
And she just wants to take care of people. Like that's her thing. Like that's why she likes cooking, is to take care of people and make them happy. I love that. She's so pure, and I really like the inclusion of her dad this season and like learning more about her mom.
Yeah, because in the first season you just get her walking out of their like apartment, house, and like that's like you can tell someone else. I don't know. It was very like, but we got a more of a look into her life. We got a look. That's what I liked about season 2 is it focused on like all the characters and like we got a deeper look into like them.
Yeah, outside of
like
the
with
restaurant.
Everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, we saw Tina do some karaoke.
Yeah.
We saw Marcus travel abroad.
That's one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah.
Copenhagen episode.
With
so
Will.
good. Yeah, with his Copenhagen honey.
His Copenhagen honey.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe he has a Copenhagen honey.
I know. Well, that was so funny because I really tried to avoid spoilers and I was pretty successful, but I would see something and then be like, okay, I can't pay attention to this until I finish, because we watched it over the course of the weekend that it came out. And I saw someone make a fan cam of Marcus and what's it, Luca?
Luca, yeah.
And I was like, I'm pretty sure he's only in one episode.
Yeah.
And not that I'm not supportive of it. But I was like, okay. And then we finished the season, and he gets a little gift from him, and it says "Love, Luca" or whatever. And I was like, "Are you kidding?" And I was like, "Bro, who got you smiling like that?" Like Marcus was blushing. He was cheesing, and he put up the little thing in the restaurant. Are you kidding? Like, if we don't even at least see him again, what are we doing? And he also worked with Carmy.
Yeah.
Which was cool to they like reference it, but you're like, oh, I wonder who the chef it was, and then you see the picture of them, and
I feel like he has to be in next season.
I hope so.
But I don't know. They brought in a lot of people.
Yeah, John Mulaney and Sarah Paulson. What the fuck? Okay, should we just talk about episode 6?
Yeah.
When that episode starts, it's already stressful, and then they walk into the house, and everyone and their mom is there, including Sarah Paulson and John Mulaney as a married couple. And that threw me.
Cracks me
I
up.
knew Bob Odenkirk was going to be in it, but I think then that John Mulaney also being there, I was like, what the fuck? And then they showed a picture of her, but then they confirmed Jamie Lee Curtis is Mama Bear, literally. Mama Bear.
My God.
Even though she is not quite.
She ate that roll up, though.
What?
She ate that roll up.
Can you pull up Jamie Lee Curtis's Instagram post? Because I can't.
Oh, yeah.
And we need to talk about
Jamie,
her.
An icon, a legend.
A legend. She made a post about the bear, and there's one line that sent me to the moon. First of all, while Bree's pulling this up, fantastic. I think she's probably going to win an Emmy for this next year. Outstanding guest actress, because holy shit. She's going for that EGOT. And
she's going
also gave one of the most devastating performances. What was the line?
She had,
I make things beautiful, but no one makes them beautiful for me.
And then she had another one in the finale.
Yeah, like
what was it?
Something about like I don't deserve to see this be good. Something like there was that. I don't know if that's.
They're like two of the most heart-wrenching lines ever. Like I was gonna cry.
This whole family, just to sum up, basically what I learned from that episode and most of the episodes with Carmy, is that this family just really could benefit from therapy.
This family stresses me out more than the Gallagher family.
That must be saying something. I didn't watch Shameless, but I know what that's saying.
This family.
Okay, what is the line that Jamie Lee Curtis says in her Instagram post?
When I saw the first episode of the first show last summer and Sugar asked Carmen if he had spoken to their mother, in that second, I knew that I would play her.
Jamie Lee Curtis, there's no one like her.
Huh?
As soon as they mentioned that there's a mom, I knew I would play her. She was right. Like, she saw the vision for herself. Like, that's so funny.
I knew in that second.
I don't know where I were, but I like literally like stopped you. I was like, Brie, you need to see this.
I said, what?
Like, we were probably like out. We were out like somewhere, and I was like, I don't know what's going on in this moment, but you need to stop what you're doing and read what Jamie Lee Curtis said.
That's so funny. And she really, like, she did that. She knew, and she needs an award for this role. Like,
I hope so.
She made me, like, so sad.
That episode made me sad for her, and it made me sad for Michael, because you could clearly see he was struggling. That was like...
It made me sad for their whole freaking family.
Yeah, because they clearly got trauma from probably their mom's own, like whatever trauma she's got going on is bleeding into them. Sugar just wants to make her happy, wants to be seen. Like, I love Sugar. I love Natalie.
I'm so glad we got more of Sugar in this season.
What kills me is that that's her nickname, but it clearly came from like not such a great memory with her mom.
I'm like, Sugar.
I love her. Like I said, Richie and Richie's little role in that episode with what's his name, Uncle something.
Uncle.
Their sugar daddy. He's footing the bill for the restaurant.
Wait, who? Oh,
the guy that like is giving them the money and is their like quote unquote uncle.
Yes. Uncle.
No one's related.
I know. No one's actually. Everyone's uncle. I'm so confused. Everyone's cousin. I'm literally
Italian family.
Everyone's chef. Like, what are you talking about?
And it's beautiful.
And it's my found family.
It is a found family. I guess they're calling everyone in my found family cousin.
I'm just gonna call everyone cousin.
Yeah, that episode hit, and then it ends literally with Jamie Lee crashing into the house.
Yeah.
Which, damn.
That episode stressed me out like no other, but it's like such a good.
So good. Like, it's so well done. And I don't even really know how to explain why. It just is.
Like that and the finale, like with following everyone around like chaos. Like, it's just complete chaos and it's following.
Yeah. And there was a whole portion of the finale that was in like one take, or at least appeared to be in one take.
The Bear's really good at one take.
Yeah.
The season 1, episode 7 I think it's episode 7. They have a really
yes.
Ugh.
The chaos during that scene. That's when Richie
God.
gets stabbed.
It makes me feel anxiety and comfort.
Yeah, because I'm just like, I know this is so stressful, but it's so good.
Yeah.
Same thing, like, I think Marcus's episode in Copenhagen and Richie's episode, like, the cinematography, just like...
Marcus brought me peace, like, the Copenhagen.
Yeah, the invisible cat.
Which is like... The invisible cat?
Also, I know we set out to talk about Sydney and we kind of drifted.
I know.
But Marcus, his little storyline with his mom.
Oh my God.
And then it ends with her caretaker texting him the night of their amazing, like, opening. Call me. Call me.
No, I don't want it.
I hope that season 2 or 3 picks up, like, at least a day or 2 later, because I cannot see his reaction.
I do not want to see his reaction. That's
a nightmare.
And I was just waiting for that to happen, though.
Yeah.
I'm glad it didn't happen when he was in Copenhagen, though. Like, that's what I thought they were going to do to me. For some reason, when I'm watching the show, I just think everything's going to go wrong. Like,
yeah.
But, like, it doesn't. Like, a lot of things don't.
I'm surprised that Richie getting stabbed in the butt was the worst that happened, because I'm always like, someone's going to burn. I mean, some people have, like, they had little injuries, but, like, I'm always like, someone's literally going to get killed in this kitchen because, like, of how fast-paced it is, but that must be kitchens all the time and no one dies.
No one dies.
I'm assuming. I haven't heard about many chef deaths. But yeah, I really loved seeing their lives. I liked getting insight to Sydney, and I really loved that they gave her dad what's probably realistic for anyone in the arts or fine cuisine arts.
Fine cuisine.
Is, like, his reluctance, his... It's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
He's just hesitant to, like, believe that this is going to work out because it's hard to be a chef.
Yeah, and we know Sydney had one failed business before, which I also hope we get in season 3. I hope we get a look back at what her first thing was that
a Sydney flashback
failed.
episode would slay.
Yeah.
But it's, like, valid for him to have concerns, but it's also, like, support your kid.
Yeah.
But when he comes to the restaurant and he has a little meal, he's like, this is it. This is the thing. And that's beautiful. I love when parents come around. I love an Abe Weissman moment.
That's Abe Weissman.
Less as intense, but still special.
Yeah.
And I really liked all that for Sydney. Even though Carmy wasn't always there for her.
Yeah. We have to talk about Carmy and Claire.
Yeah.
Because that was the storyline.
Yeah.
What did you think?
Of Carmy and Claire?
Yeah.
So our friend Julia was supposed to do this episode with us, but she couldn't. And she texted us while she's watching and goes, did you guys think Claire was annoying? Yeah, I know you can't answer until the pod, but yes or no? She's like, I know you can't say, but tell me. And we didn't say. And I don't think I thought she was annoying. I saw that other people thought that.
Yeah.
But there were times where I was like, what is happening? Like, the scene when she, like, comes in and they're all, like, fighting and she's like, hey, I'm Claire. I'm like, this was not the time.
Hey, I'm Claire. Okay, but me.
No, true. She's just like me for real. No, Carmy's just like me for real, but more on that in a second.
Carmy's literally just like you.
But so dumb.
I'm Richie.
Me and Bree. If you're following, we're gonna have to keep track of how many times on this podcast we declare we're gonna be 2 characters for Halloween. We're gonna be Sally and Nohoink, and we're also gonna be Richie and Carmy. So stay tuned.
And, yeah.
Bree doesn't have that leather jacket on and a cub shirt for nothing. I don't think I thought she was annoying. I thought they were so cute. I thought she was a sweet character, but I think I also just, like, I couldn't get too attached because I knew something was going to go wrong, and it did. I knew that this was a device for a larger story, and maybe she'll come, she's probably not gone forever, but I
felt like she was necessary because she is someone from Carmy's past who he ends up, and then he's trying to get, like, a little enjoyment from her. Probably not the best time when you're opening a restaurant with your business partner named Sydney, but
remember her?
But he's like, and I did think they had some sweet moments. I think sometimes I'm like, can we just not zoom in on their face and talk really quietly? But I didn't think they were
like the close-ups.
I know they were always zoomed in on both of their faces,
and only them, which in a way I think elicited a feeling. Like I could see that it was doing something, but at the same time I was like,
hold on, can we just get like a get a wide shot?
Can we get a wide shot every once?
Can we get a rack focus? What are we doing?
Oh my god!
Here?
1 second. The rack focus from Sydney to Natalie to Carmy.
Oh,
that's art. Sorry, not to be a film student for a second, but I love a good rack focus. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah.
Anyway, Anyway.
But also when like Carmy's having a panic attack and it like gives him memories of like it shows memories of like
his family and
his
Claire.
family, his pet Claire, and then like when it starts to go away, it's Sydney, which I think I don't know how to take that.
I'm like, how are we supposed to take that?
I'm like, it's a fan cam of Sydney in his mind, but
it's like sometimes
I think it
all I
could
think
be,
about is you.
I think if I had to be realistic, I think it could be because she was a new person in his life who was bringing like his dream and like his passion back. Like, I think they're soulmates. I don't know if it's
platonically.
Yeah, I don't know which way it is. I don't know. And I also ship Carmy the hardest right now with therapy.
Yeah, amen.
Like, I think
with getting some help.
Needs some help before he is romantic with anyone.
I ship Carmy with the freezer.
With the freezer. I ship in the freezer. Just left in the freezer.
No, but I think, no, you're 100% right. And I think that I agree. I actually asked Brie before I watched. I'm like, are we supposed to ship them? Because just like when you go into a show, sometimes like you get bamboozled.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not getting bamboozled. And you were like, no, probably not. And I was like, okay. But then I'm being fed the fan cam.
I'm being fed a fan cam.
And like the moment
scenes that
when they're building the table, they're fixing the table together, and like
I'm just really confused.
Their little sign language like they have little moments that could go either way.
Yeah.
Like I felt like this about Ted Lasso too. I think I was a little bit leaning toward the ship on that show, Ted and Rebecca.
Yeah.
But I think
they're
Ted and Rebecca,
business.
were the central like dynamic. Like I don't want to say love story because I don't want that to imply romantic, but like I feel like that was one of the big parts of the show, and I think that's the same on The Bear.
Like they lean on each other.
Yeah, like their relationship is the show. No matter where it goes, romantically, platonically, maybe they'll fucking hate each other by the end of this show. I don't know.
But
like,
it's their restaurant.
Like, that's the show.
Yeah.
And I think it could go either way, but I don't think it would be bad if it went either way.
Yeah.
So I feel like some people get mad at the idea of it being romance, and some people get mad that like it wouldn't be romance. And I think, calm down. It's just a show A. Let's all get along.
I'm not against it going either way. I just like, a few things. Well, when in season 1, I really looked at Carmy as her mentor. So like, I didn't like the idea of that going romantic. Like, I just thought it was sweet that he was helping her become better. But now they're like kind of equal.
Yeah. That's a good point. I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah. And then also another thing that threw me off, which the writers, there's a quote from one of the writers that said Carmy and Sid aren't supposed to be romantic.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, they could change it. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Because I mean, like, there's also the part that the actors have really good chemistry.
Yeah. Oftentimes that's why couples happen is like, well, we got the chemistry.
Yeah.
Why would we waste it? But I think
either way is good, and I just hope they stay like close
on the
and
same
like
team.
Because when Carmy was standing like Sydney up, I was like, damn.
Yeah. I think you can interpret any of these scenes either way, and I think my point is not that you need to be okay with either thing. Like if your preference is that they stay friends, like rock on. If your preference is
rock on,
yes, chef.
Yeah,
heard
yes,
chef. If your preference is that they are like romantically connected, then
they get married in Italy.
They get married in Copenhagen.
Carmy goes from being locked in a freezer to getting married.
He's got a long way to go.
He's got a long path.
But like, I just don't think any of this is deep enough to fight over. And if the writers are like, they're meant to be just friends or coworkers, whatever, teammates, like that's cool. Like, I don't think it should. Like, I don't think there's a right answer.
Yeah.
And that's what fan fiction is for. That's what
I don't
watching
think
the show and enjoying it is for. Like your own interpretation.
I don't think we should be relying on this specific show. I mean, for like that, because like it's about like it's literally about like the found family and like his like the anxiety and trauma from his past, and then just like I don't know, like I just love all of them.
Yeah, I think your point. It's not a show that's about romance. If you like that as a piece of it, hell yeah,
nice.
And I think there's been like an interesting conversation about it that in a way pisses me off because I'm like, well, why is this the only thing I'm seeing about it?
Yeah, that's what pisses me off.
Whether it's the fans or like people, like journalists writing about it, because there's this whole thing now about like why it's wrong to ship people on TV.
I saw that.
And I'm like, oh my God. Like not to be like a broken record, but let people enjoy things no matter how they're enjoying it, as long as they're not hurting others. Like,
yeah,
there's nothing like, it's innocent to, I don't know, want two people on TV show to get together, even if they don't get together. Like, come on. But also, like, that's not the point of the show.
Yeah. Why are we focusing so much?
Yeah. I don't know. Everyone just mind your business at some point. But also, like, yeah, there's bigger things in this show than that. I feel like we had to talk about it because I think it's very interesting that it's kind of like a 50-50. Like, I've seen plenty of people on board.
I think it's interesting that I'm confused.
Yeah, no, I'm also like, yeah, what do you want me to think? Like, when he's having a panic attack about his girlfriend and then he calms down thinking about another girl. And one of my favorite scenes, I think, because I was like, I don't know if I'm being pulled in any direction. Like, I don't think I feel like strongly enough about any pairing or non-pairing to be like spiraling over it. Hold on. But I was like, I don't know if I'm feeling like too strongly about anything. I'm seeing cute moments with everyone, but like the scene that really got me was when him and Sydney were in a fight. I think she had quit, and he found Richie gave him the letter from his brother, and before he could even read that, he needed to text her, and like make sure they were okay. And I thought that was really good. That's when I was like, fuck yeah, no matter how they end up, I was like, I'm in this for this duo.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what they want from me. And again, it could definitely be platonic soulmate energy, and that's why. Or having someone new, having someone that isn't tainted by whatever shit he's gone. Someone that's actually like decent and nice, that isn't feeding into
like
the
a
chaos.
breath of fresh air. That's how I would describe Sydney.
Yes.
To like Carmy. Like
he definitely loves her, even if it's not romantically, because he cares so much about her. He cares so much about like how she's doing. Like when she's upset, he freaks out. Yeah. And I kind of love that for them.
Yeah. I have to talk about Marcus again.
Okay, yes. Let's always talk about Marcus.
Well, Marcus makes me... Marcus, you can tell, that Marcus likes Sydney. Yeah. Even though he has a Copenhagen honey. Yeah. I support that too. But I don't know. I don't know how to feel about their... Yeah, and I don't want them to hate each other.
No, I don't... That's the problem when you have like a ship. People are like... Don't say ship. I'm like, let me do what I want to do. That's the problem when you have like a relationship on a show, especially when that's one-sided and they become like best friends, but then one starts catching feelings. It's like they either better get together or they either better have them all move on and it be fine. Because now I don't like the awkward tension between them.
It made me so sad. Yeah. And then like his mom not doing well, and then he's not gonna because he's been talking to Sydney. You can tell he's talking to Sydney about all this stuff. Like, or he's been talking to Sydney. I don't know, man. Yeah,
I hope they can just move past it. Either maybe she'll like realize she has feelings for him, not that she has to, but maybe that can be something, or he just kind of is like it's fine. Like it's a tough line to walk awkward. Of being like brokenhearted, but also not being like punishing her for it. Yeah. She doesn't owe him anything romantically. Yeah, I'm sure they'll do that. Like Marcus isn't the type of guy to be like, well, fuck
Marcus
you,
is so sweet. Marcus has only proven to be like really sweet.
Yeah, I just hope they can get past the awkwardness because God, I hated that.
I'm like,
I feel like we have to talk about before I think we should just focus on Carmy to end it up. But I wanted to talk about my man Pete and how.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait. At first, I was like, who's Pete?
We gotta talk about Pete. We gotta talk about Fack. So Pete, had honestly one of the best scenes in the finale, which is insane. Like he's the only one that gets to talk to their mom, and like. I think, first of all, the actor's slayed because he really made me be like, I can't hate. Not that I ever hated Pete, but I was rooting against him for a split second. I said, no, I'm Team Pete. And he really tried. It's like, what is he going to... I'm wondering how this is going to fall out in season 3 because now he's keeping a secret from his wife, especially one that he knows is important to her. Yeah. And he cried a little. I said, oh, he's pulling me. And then also, once again, Jamie Lee Curtis
made me cry. Made everyone cry.
Yeah, that's my Freaky Friday moment.
That's my Freaky Friday.
Anyway, I just want to talk about him and also Fack, another like star of the show.
Yeah,
him and his brother.
They're so funny. That episode, it's like so serious and stuff, and then they're just dancing.
They're in their matching outfits.
And Richie's like, isn't Richie film? Who's I forget.
Yeah, Richie's
filming, but he's not doing well.
It's not giving. And then, like, also, once again, to bring up fucking John Mulaney being there, he was sending me to the moon. Also, John Mulaney had a starring moment in the episode when he gave, like, when he was saying grace, and it was just, like, this really beautiful speech. I said, oh my God, John Mulaney.
Oh my God,
but also him doing the thing where they were trying to get him into their baseball card pyramid scheme, and he's like, I'm gonna give you the money, not that because I want to be a part of this, but because I want to know what you guys are gonna do, and I want you to call me every time you do something. Like, that was so funny. Like, this show does a good job of, like, it's technically a comedy, I guess, in the Emmys eyes and award season eyes, but it's also not a comedy, but it also is so fucking funny.
No, it's so funny. I feel like this season was even more, like, I laughed so hard.
Yeah.
Like, but also it's very serious. Like, I'm confused.
Yes, it's one of the most serious shows I've watched. At the same time, it's also so unserious. Like, the sense of humor, and one of them was in a moment with Fack in the finale. Yeah. When someone is like, oh my God, the food was amazing. He's like, yeah, I didn't make it. And it cuts.
I didn't make it. Yeah, I didn't make it.
Cutting after a joke is one of my favorite forms of comedy because it's, like, so abrupt that you're like, it's funny, but it's somehow even funnier that the scene just ends. Yeah. Like, same thing when they find Alex Moffat smoking crack and Marcus tells Sydney, he's like, well, maybe that's why he cuts vegetables so fast. And she goes, huh. And then it cuts again. Like,
wait, that happened after the awkwardness, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it also was just, there was a lot going on.
But it's so funny.
It's to be like, what are they going to be like when the moment is still and they can actually like deal with it? So funny. Like, I think the dialogue is so natural, so funny. Like, I don't know how to put it into like a word, a definition, but it has one of my favorite senses of humors that you have on a show, just like casual. Like, one of those little moments is, this probably isn't exactly it because I feel like it's a lot of the quicker scenes, but in the scene where Sydney is like, okay, don't get mad at me, or don't tell me to fuck off, and he's like, I never tell you to fuck off. She's like, well, what was it like when you got the Michelin star call? And he goes, fuck off. Like, yeah, it's like, I just like really simple, like, that feels like humor you'd have with a friend. Yeah. And I feel like this show has that. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, I think we should self-diagnose Carmy. Yeah. As fucked up. As needs something. As just like me, for real. Carmy. My man was in a freezer. He diagnosed himself. He's like, I can't enjoy things. And he doesn't say that like it's a problem. He says that it's just something he can't do. He's like I don't need to. I'm like, and he's like, Claire, she's nothing. She's just a distraction. She's like something I don't need, and she's out there. And Claire said and left him the voice. I was like, something's about to happen, because they kept cutting between her talking to Fack and then like, where's Carmy? Where is he? Yeah. And like, I think a couple scenes, I was like, this is building to something. Yeah, and then as soon as she like leaves, I'm like, she's gonna hear him say some shit. Tina just left him.
That's like, everyone just left him. And then and I also like that, and then Richie on the other side too.
That scene. Yeah. The two of them. Yeah. Also, when they showed that shot of them like on the other side of the door, you went, that's us. That's us. So see us on Halloween. And that's literally us. But that was an insane scene. Like the part where Richie goes, I fucking love you, but I hope you fucking freeze to death. Yeah. Like the duality of man. The duality of man.
Richie was speaking some truth in that scene too.
Yeah, he was. Like hard truths.
Carmy's not letting himself, I don't know how to explain it, but like he obviously needs help. He's the product of his family. He doesn't know how to be a person. Like he doesn't know how to have like a friendship with Sydney. Yeah. He didn't know how to have a relationship. He doesn't know how to run a business. When he's like my girlfriend and he's like happy, but he's also like just like off the edge.
He's like, she's not my girlfriend.
And he's drinking Pepto all the time.
Oh yeah, he's literally just like, be for real. The Pepto and the Tums.
Oh, Carmy. Carmy, someone buy him some brown contacts.
Some brown contacts and tell him to look away. I hope. It was funny because we were like, he needs to like have a life outside this. And as soon as he has a life outside this, we're like, he doesn't need to have a life outside this. And he had the same thing. He's like, I don't need a life outside this. But my man needs a balance. He needs to go to therapy or continue going to like group therapy, the Alcohol Anonymous. Yeah. Like, he needs to keep working on himself before, like you said, he can even be with anyone. Diving if that's into relationships. Yeah. And just like focus on himself, focus on his found family, focus on the restaurant. It's gonna be great, even though he was in the freezer the whole time.
Even though he locked himself in the freezer and he didn't call the fridge man or whatever.
Yeah, he's just gotta call the fucking fridge man. I think that would solve all his fucking problems.
I think it's probably
Tim or Tom or whatever. Tony, his fucking name.
Yeah.
I think that it also was cool that they all did that. They all had a successful night when he was locked in the freezer.
Yeah.
So slay.
Without carmy.
Once again, that episode slapped.
That was such a good episode.
When they brought that guy the chocolate banana. Beautiful.
That was emotional.
I would fucking Richie wearing his suits and listening to Taylor Swift and being the star of the whole restaurant.
He had 5 minutes and he did that.
He did it. Ugh. This show is so good. I feel like we could keep going, but we can't.
I could go for yeah.
I have one question before we do our other questions.
Okay.
Did you like season 1 or season 2 better?
2.
I think so too.
And I was like, how are they gonna top this? Or what's it even gonna what's even gonna happen? And they did, they topped it. I feel like every episode I'm like, was like special. Like, to me. And like, it was just so well done.
I agree. And I liked there was something that was like almost like no structure to season 1, like not in a bad way, but it just like didn't feel like, it just felt like things were happening, but it was still building to something at the same time. But in this one, it's like there was a clear goal. Like you knew where the season was going to go. And like, especially because they started every episode with like X amount of weeks till opening, this amount of time till opening. And but they did also have that flashback episode, which was amazing. But I liked, it was still lack of structure because then you'd have episodes that were just about one character.
Yeah.
But I liked that they were building to something. And I'm sure we'll still have that. Like they haven't even officially opened yet. So there's still plenty to cover, but.
And I liked within like building to something, we were getting a look at like all the characters and like, and how messy it was. Like how like they could have just jumped right to the restaurant to the bear, but they showed like the whole renovation.
Yeah,
and,
I liked that.
The build up, and then we still got. But then I kind of missed them in the kitchen. But then we still got that. Yeah.
I think they just knocked it out of the park. I'm like, no,
they nailed it. Like. When Rotten Tomatoes is 100% fresh, it's
you did something right.
Like one of the best seasons of TV I've ever watched.
I know.
Like,
I kind of want to watch it again.
It's so good. I know. Me too.
I'm like, should I sit my family down?
I want to make my mom watch it. I love making my mom watch something when I want to watch something again.
Yeah. That's the best way. No, that literally is like when just getting anyone in your life to watch
like,
it. That's why I've seen Ted Lasso 17 times.
Just watch.
Make everyone else watch it with me. Yeah. I could talk about this forever. Honestly, just I hope Carmy works on himself.
Yeah.
That's my note for season 3.
Yeah.
And he doesn't need a girl to do that.
Yeah.
It's probably honestly for the best.
And Jeremy Allen White is a star.
He is a star. I can't wait for him to win an Emmy.
I'm so happy that he like he was on Shameless for a really long time, but he like continued like acting, and now he's on this like award-winning show. And like he was amazing on Shameless, even like when the writing got bad, like he was still good, and now he's like getting recognized for it. And I'm like, yes.
I support him with my whole heart. I was like, I don't need another white man in my life.
It's only
but
Jeremy
I do love
Allen
him.
White.
And it's not a problem yet. But I think I'm okay. I think I'm marked safe.
I'm marked safe
from like another hyperfixation.
From Jeremy Allen White.
No, I love him. I'll be here for him.
Yes. Okay, should we get into epic highs and lows?
The epic highs and lows.
Epic highs and lows.
Oh my god.
Of the bear.
Get us in the studio.
We'll do some harmonies.
I feel like we gotta rapid fire these because we've probably touched on like half of them.
Favorite character.
Richie, but also Sydney and also Carmy.
Okay.
And her sister.
Okay.
That.
I said Sydney and Richie, but like all of them, to be honest.
Honestly, Sydney and Richie, core 2.
Those are like, yeah. Okay. Favorite moment.
Richie.
Wait, we skipped. Least favorite character.
Least favorite character, fucking Bob Odenkirk.
Yep. I said that too.
And Frank, even though you've never seen him.
Lee and Frank Gallagher.
Home wrecking my man.
Uncle
I think
Lee.
that's it.
Okay, fave moment.
Also, wait, Joel McHale, but I love Joel McHale, but his character.
Guy.
Okay, anyway. Favorite moment? I like, I liked this, the love story scene and like him kicking ass at the restaurant, but also singing Taylor Swift, and then also, them fixing the table together, Sydney and Carmy.
Okay, yeah.
I like that. And then like the whole kitchen 5 minutes in the last episode.
Okay, yeah.
What about you?
I said the Amsterdam episode. I said Richie singing love story. And I also said the season 1 finale, the family dinner scene, like I like that.
Yeah, and then when he sees a flash of his brother.
Yeah. That was good.
That's a good one.
But like so many, like literally most of these episodes are like my favorite.
I also liked Sydney's little food tour of Chicago.
Yes.
We live in Chicago, by the way.
Yeah, and
Not to brag.
I just love seeing Chicago.
Yes, we love seeing our city on the screen, and maybe one day we'll go to the Beef, Mr. Beef.
And do a TikTok.
So follow us at unserious. Thank you.
Least fave moment.
I didn't like when anytime Richie's sad. I don't like when Richie went to jail. I don't like when he found out his wife was getting married to someone else. I didn't like that Carmy was in the freezer.
Honestly,
I feel like I'm making stuff up.
I didn't like
to be
Carmy
honest.
in the freezer.
I didn't like
the fork scene.
Yeah, that was
so uncomfortable. I knew it was supposed to be, but
yeah,
God, I hated that.
I didn't like when Jamie Lee Curtis's fingers were in the butter.
Ew. I forgot about that. Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, I did not like when Claire was like, "Hey, I'm Claire," and I said, "Not the time."
I don't like when not the time. Hey, I'm Claire.
I was like, and then someone I saw on Twitter, they're like, everyone in that room except Sydney already knew her.
Hi, I'm Claire.
Hi, I'm Claire. And I like watch it, and she like looks at Sydney, but it was still like, okay, why did you need to say that?
Hi, I'm Claire. I'm Paul. Wait, I have one more. Oh, I was just gonna say anytime anyone was sad.
Yeah. I know that my least favorite scene is when Marcus is gonna lose his mom.
Ugh.
God.
We can't even. I need them not to show that.
Mm-hmm.
But, would you recommend this show?
100%. Like I feel like this is one of those shows like Severance, Ted Lasso. Like I feel like it's
top tier.
I feel like it's my mission to get people to watch it.
It's so good.
Which is what I did with both those shows. That's why I brought them up. And now I feel like it's gonna be my mission to make more people in my life watch The Bear.
And luckily, a lot of people watch it. Like I feel like a lot of people watch this show.
Yeah.
So people better be listening to this freaking podcast. Okay,
yeah.
Sorry.
Tune in.
Tune in.
Yeah, 100%.
And then unseriesous.
This is hard for this one.
I don't know if I'm right, but I said 4.5.
4. I was thinking 4.
4 or 4.5. Because
it's
but it's really serious.
It's really serious. It's like mental illness.
Yeah. And every episode feels serious. They just have a bunch of they have some funny moments. Yeah. I'm still so confused to how it's a comedy, but I get it some ways.
Yeah, it's like
it's
dramedy, a dark comedy. I don't know. It's really hard to define
it's hard
these
days. I know. I'm watching, I'm crying.
Yeah.
I'm shaking. And I'm like, come on.
It's also so silly. That's the first time I've fallen into a hole, when Sydney broke the wall. And then the fucking dirt falling on Richie. They're jamming out to Taylor Swift. It's a comedy.
Yeah. It's got
a workplace sitcom.
It's a sitcom.
And then it cut to 7 fishes.
Oh my God, that episode alone.
Growing up. Yeah. I think 4.
Oh, I could talk about this forever. We have to. Okay. Are we ready?
You know what that means? It's time for Chef Time. Bree and I are going to make Sydney's omelet. So that's really exciting, and we're going to go to the kitchen right now.
Yeah, so see you in the kitchen, Chef.
See you there, Chef. Hi, chefs. We're reporting live from our kitchen, where, like I said, we're going to be making the omelet from the bear.
The bear. That's right, Chef. Oh, fuck. That's right, Chef.
That's right, Chef.
Oh, fuck.
Chef.
That's heard, Chef.
Okay, so first thing we need is to put butter in there.
Butter, Chef.
We don't have...
How much butter?
She just put a block.
She just fucking went for it.
Gonna...
Chef.
Don't look, Chef. Okay.
No chefs were hurt in the making of this.
We're gonna need this in a second. I'm gonna put this over here.
We can't fuck it up. We only have 6 eggs.
So you're right. And we need 3 eggs each. So for those listening, I'm going to turn on the burner. And a nice medium heat. We're going to want this butter to melt.
Behind you, Chef.
And while we wait for the... Sorry, Chef. corner, Chef.
I'm just standing behind you
break some eggs.
Ooh, crunchy. How How many times have you made an omelet?
As Brie, you know, I got into my omelet era like a year ago.
Yeah, you did.
And this is a little different than how I usually make them.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting that butter all nice and melted for the bottom of our pan.
We have a seasoned professional with us, ladies and gentlemen.
So that's what that meant. I've made at least a dozen omelets. I've made omelets for all my friends.
I've never made an omelet because I don't cook.
We're going to make this lower.
But I do today, chef.
What I do today, chef, for the bear. So we want that butter to get all
Move
around.
that shit around.
And then I'm going to get the mic in here for this.
Oh. Wait, that sounds good. I like that.
Sydney did this a lot more fancy than me.
Well, Sydney's a real chef.
That's true. Are you saying I'm not a chef?
Oh, sorry, chef. Oh, so looks around.
Are you saying I'm not a chef? We're almost ready. Let's just freaking go for it.
I gotta get the noises of the kitchen.
Okay. Oh, did you hear that? I don't like that. We'll clean. You always have to clean too. Clean your space.
Cleaning's the worst part, chef.
So I'm gonna turn this up a little.
It explodes.
What if that's how it ended? Okay, I think.
Now what, chef?
Now that our butter's pretty much melted, I'm going to pour our eggs into the pan. And it takes up the whole bottom perfectly. Loves it.
Beautiful, chef.
So, gonna make sure heat. We want this to cook all the way through till it can't cook no more.
No ma.
So while that's doing that, Sydney added some boursin to the middle of the omelet, we think. And she used a really nice piping bag. We have a plastic bag that I shoved the boursin in.
I think we got this, chef.
So I'm going to cut a little triangle. This is also ASMR.
Yeah,
so
literally, that's what it sounds like.
I feel like I cut that. No, does it look good? We're going to find out in a second once this is cooked.
It'll have to do, chef.
Okay, so this is cooking. As you can see, it's getting kind of hard. It's kind of
It's
hard.
rock solid,
It's
y'all.
rock solid. Sydney kind of wiggled it. Cameron, if you're watching, can you see the wiggle? Can you hear the wiggle audio?
Not the wiggles.
Okay, this needs to cook all the way
Fruit
through.
salad.
Honestly, I feel like it might be boursin time.
Ooh.
Maybe? I feel like this needs to get a little more cooked.
It's boursin time.
Morphin time. What's that? What was that actually from? It's morphin time.
It's
It's morbid time.
No, it's morbid.
Okay.
I forgot about that.
I'll lower this a little, and we're gonna try to squeeze this out.
How do you know when your omelet is perfect, chef?
I almost burned
happened?
myself.
Oh my
Sorry,
God,
sorry,
chef. It's okay,
I'm
chef.
I'm okay, chef.
Oh, that's fire,
You know
chef.
your omelet's perfect when it's starting to bubble, I think.
Oh.
Ow. Okay, wait, I have to lower this so it doesn't burn.
Yeah. You got it, chef.
Wait, it's not coming out, chef.
Want me to cut it, chef? Okay.
It's okay, chef. I have to straighten it up, chef. This looks kind of creepy, chef.
Yeah. That's a log, chef.
Come out, chef.
Okay.
I think
I think that's good enough.
that's good.
I think Sydney would be like, wow.
It's like kind of funny looking.
It's kind of like,
Looks like the bullworm from SpongeBob.
ew.
So now I need to
Okay.
like roll it, kind of, right?
Yeah. Fold it.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
We've seen this.
I'm
it's
seeing the
kind of.
vision.
It's really hard. Especially
Yeah.
She made it fancy. Oh,
You're doing amazing, chef.
Thank you, chef. I think this looks pretty good.
It smells good. I'm so hungry, y'all.
It's not going to be beautiful.
But you know what?
Okay, I'm going to put it on this plate over here, I think.
Should I turn this off?
Yes. Oh, thank you, chef.
No problem, chef. Safety first, chef.
Of course.
You need help, chef?
I think I
got it.
Okay.
Okay.
The camera's going to have to come with us.
Wait, that smells good.
The boursin's kind of leaking out.
It's kind of oozing.
Okay. Let's go over here.
Oh. Yes, chef. So you can garnish it.
Yeah. So, Sydney like rubbed some butter on the top. I'm just gonna take a little bit of our butter. You should probably wash your hands.
But you know what? We don't have time for that.
We don't have time.
We're live.
We're all friends here.
We're all friends here.
Okay, I'm gonna
We all have a lot of
throw
laughs.
this extra butter away.
Okay, chef.
Like the pros do it. Okay. And then, is it chip time, I think?
Yeah.
So Sydney did like sour cream and onion, like ruffle lady lays. But we don't have, like we have plain ruffles and sour cream, like regular sour cream and onion. So we're gonna do a little both.
We're gonna do a little mix. Get the texture, but also the flavor that Sydney adds. Let me get in there, chef.
I feel like I got too much. Should I put like some on this plate for later?
Oh my god, I'm so excited. Y'all don't understand.
Or did she put the chives on first? I don't know. It's all gonna go on. This might be a little too much. There's so much potato chip. I'm gonna clean this up for presentation.
You're like a little kid putting sprinkles on their ice cream.
Okay. Then she put some fresh chives, but we don't have that. To open this is new. Keep looking at the camera instead of the mic. This is a podcast.
This is a podcast.
Okay. Nothing comes out.
Does it have to be open, chef?
All the way?
Maybe not. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Let's try this.
Oh,
There we
yes. Yes, chef.
I'm gonna clean this up for presentation, but then she did a little salt and pepper to taste. Ooh, wow. Salt.
Salt.
Salt Bay.
Salt Bay.
A little pepper.
A little pepper. A little
Oh, a
pepper.
little pepper.
Oh.
Okay, so it's done.
Oh, shit.
That was like speedy. I feel like I need to wipe some of our mess off. Let me get my other plate. This is our fallen soldier plate.
We're cleaning the plate.
Yes, for optimal presentation. This is how the pros do it. Oh my god, that looks
That looks slay.
kind of amazing.
That's cunty. Sorry.
Whoa.
It's beautiful, chef.
Thank you, chef. Should we both try it?
Yeah.
And whoever gets the second one can have a bite of that one?
Yeah.
Wait, this is my twist.
I'm starving. How long has this been going? Oh, it's only been going 9 minutes.
Oh, perfect. All right. Bon appetit, chef. What side should
What
I go?
side? The cheese is...
Kind of coming on all cylinders.
I'm going to go right here.
All right, Chef Sydney. This
Oh,
is
wait.
for you.
I love you, Chef Sydney.
Come on.
Fucking
my
hell.
fork. Fucking hell.
Okay,
Okay.
ready?
Oh.
Oh, shit.
Okay. I got it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh my god.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
That's fucking delicious.
That's fire, chef. Mmm. The cheese, the borscht. That's really good.
That she's on something. I feel like we might have overdid it with some of the. I feel like the cheese might need to be a little thinner, and there might probably needs to be less chips.
Nah, it's perfect, chef.
But- Thank you, chef.
Nah, that was really good. I can't wait to have a whole one.
Yeah.
Or more.
Yes, yes. I just like rubbed all this stuff on my face.
All right.
Okay, well,
Oh.
thank you guys so much for watching this podcast. We think you guys should try to make this at home, and if you haven't watched The Bear, probably watch that too.
Watch it.
Watch it, live, laugh, love, chef.
Yeah.
And next week, I think
What's
we don't
next?
fully know.
It's a mystery.
It'll be a surprise episode.
Yeah.
We got something great in store for you guys. So,
the way I'm stating.
I think all that's left to say is goodbye, chef.
Goodbye,
Thanks
chef.
for watching, chef. Love you, cousin.
Love you, cousin.
I love you, but I hope you freeze to death.
I love you, but that's beautiful. Thanks for listening to our podcast.
Remember to rate, follow, and share with friends.
And find us on TikTok and Instagram at unseriesous to see more content and find out what we're watching next.
We hope you enjoyed, and we'll talk to you next week.
Bye!